Assalamu alaikum dear students, welcome to your online English class. This is your teacher Ms. Perhe Javed Chandio. Today we will start learning our very first unit, Unit 3, School Rules. You'll find this unit in your student's book page 29. This unit explores some unusual schools around the world and consider why school is important. It also looks at how education is a human right. You are listening to the lesson 1 of Unit 3. In this part of the lesson, you will read about some unusual schools. Before moving on, let's look at the roadmap of this lesson. We'll see the learning outcome of this lesson. We'll see what activities we'll be doing in this lesson. You'll get to know about unusual schools by reading an article. We'll do some activities related to the article. You'll also get your post-lesson tasks. And then you'll get to know what will be our next lesson about. The learning outcome of this lesson is, by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify the main points and specific information by reading an article all about for school. The activities for this part of the lesson are present in your student's book and your English workbook. Education is different all around the world. When it comes to school, all of us pretty much have the same understanding. You go to your school, learn over there, and then come back home. But for some people across the world, things are a little bit different. By the way, do you live near your school? How do you get to school? How long does it take you to get there? I know some of you might live near the school and it does not take much time for you to reach your school, isn't it? Like I said before, for some people across the world, things are a little bit different. Their schools are different from which you study in. Children sometimes cannot reach school on time. Let's watch a short video of unusual schools around the world.
School probably wasn't everyone's favorite thing to do growing up, but it helped us become who we are today. But what if you wanted to learn in a different way? Both schools. Bangladesh experiences massive floods twice a year, and when it happens, people can't access clean water, electricity, and schools. To combat this issue and to make lemonade out of lemons, a non-profit organization called Shidulai Shwanivar Shangsta came up with a solution: boats. During the flood times, over 100 boats are put out, giving people a solution to the problem. From floating schools to floating hospitals, the boats are equipped with a laptop computer that has internet access plus a small library.
Elementary School. The school is located in China. The school only has one teacher, and that is Shen Kuijun. You can tell the kids who attend this school must really value education because getting to this campus is not easy. Every day the kids must climb dangerous mountains that include sharp turns and very narrow passageways. And not only that, but it takes some of the students a total of 5 hours just to get to school. But children must travel as far as this is the only school for the children who live here. Many locals refer to this campus as the elementary school in the cloud.
So, after watching the video, now I guess you have an idea what unusual schools are. This article, which is present in your student's book, also talks about the same thing. Open your student's book and read the headline and the first paragraph and look at the pictures. What do you think this article will be about? Now take your time, pause the video again and read the whole article and see if you were correct with your answers. So, were you correct? This is an article about traveling schools. Schools which travel from place to place to provide education in those areas where there is no any school for children to learn. Let's do some activities. These activities are present in your student's book. You can write your answers in your book directly. What are the main points of the article? Choose the best description. Pause the video, read all the options and choose the best description for the article. Option B is the best description for the article. The option B says, this article is about special schools in Bangladesh and Africa. These schools bring opportunities to children who don't live near schools. Again, pause the video and write down the missing numbers or years from these sentences in your student's book. Please remember, do not take more than 1 minute for this activity. Number 1 is, the first school boats were used in Bangladesh in 2002. There are 3 lessons a day on the school boat. Number 3 is, the school boat works 6 days a week. Number 4 is, there is 1 computer on each school boat. Number 5 is, the solar-powered internet schools were first used in 2011. Did you get your answers correct? Now that I hope you have read the article carefully, you are now supposed to do your post-lesson tasks which are present in your student's book and your workbook. These tasks are your homework. You are supposed to do your homework in your student's book and your workbook and submit the scanned image of your work in the homework activity on Moodle. Well, it's time to wrap up the lesson. Once you are done with your lesson, you are required to give your feedback by telling me 3 things you learned from this lesson in the forum activity on Moodle. Also, if you have any questions or queries related to this lesson, please post it on your forum activity on Moodle. I'll surely get back to your queries. So that was it for this lesson. In the next lesson, you'll listen to a conversation about unusual schools. So I'll see you in your next lesson. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.